Hi, all, it's Delia. I've had this desire for a while now to come and to share my story with you. And just through a series of events, I just decided that it would be better to come at you raw and authentic and unedited and um, no fancy lights, no fancy sound effects, and just share my story with you. But in order to do that, I have to back up a little bit and say to you that it took me a while to get to a place where I could even say these things and communicate it in the way in which I can now. Um, Up until 3 years ago, I had difficulty admitting that this was a reality, that I had been living in an abusive situation from the time I was very young until 22. Um, to say that I was a victim of childhood abuse was something I could not do because I was living in denial and victims are somebody over there or someone else because it certainly doesn't happen to me. But the reality is that it did happen to me, and it was physical abuse, but probably the most damaging part of it was the emotional abuse, and I was just angry. I had so many things that I had left undealt with that it was festering. I was sick inside. I was hateful. I was resentful. I was jaded. I was all these things, and I knew that I was spinning out of control, but I could do very little to get myself back on track until I finally just decided to give it up to God. And that may sound crazy to you, but it is the honest truth. I just had to give it up to God. And through a series of working with others and a lot of prayer, a lot of friends loving me, encouraging me, relentlessly, I'm telling you, relentlessly loving on me, buying me cups of coffee, sitting with me, allowing me to talk, allowing me to cry, allowing me to say what I needed to say in order to get to a place where I could understand what had happened to me. And I was talking to some friends today about even the difference between victims versus survivors and how we should allow people to self-identify as victims, but not allow them to stay there at a place because they want to get to a place where they are not defined by their abuse, but they want to help others and are able to use their story in a way in which people are encouraged. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that I am at a place where I can finally do that. It's been a year since I quit my job at Disney, and I think that I was really at the height of my anger once I quit Disney. And really, through the grace of God, God has been dealing with my heart and healing some wounds and just loving me into a place and loving me through so many of you and so many of my friends. And I know I did not get to this place without a lot of prayer, a lot of answered prayer. And I'm thinking specifically of my church, Storyteller Church. Love you guys. Specifically Pastor Phil, my friend and mentor Kim, my other sisters, Katie and Ebony, who have prayerfully walked alongside me. Also thinking about my friends Des and Ose, who have bought me so many cups of coffee and let me rant and rave and just have been, again, relentless in their love for me. And through that really communicated the love of God and really communicated what it is that I needed on a deep level, to know that I was valued, to know that I was cared for, to know that somebody out there cared and that God cared deeply for me. So that's my story. I hope that's an encouragement to you. I hope that you can be encouraged by that. And furthermore, if you've got any questions or would like to talk some more, my door's always open. Feel free to email me, message me, whatever. And I'm just so excited because I feel like my story is at a place where I can share with others, and I think that that really is where this issue of human trafficking can connect with me. Because there is such an issue of abuse with so many people in an industry that are being exploited. So my message to anybody, even if you've never had an abusive situation, is that you are cared for, that you are loved, that you do have value, that you are important, that God cares for you. And I really hope that that's something that you can hear and receive, because it just changed my life. And I think that if people could understand how deeply God loves and cares for us, how wide, how deep His love is for us, it would literally change their lives. And once I got an understanding and was able to grasp that with both hands and hold on tight to that, my life's never been the same. And quite honestly, as one of my favorite preacher teachers says, my life didn't start out great, and but I'm determined to have a great ending, and that God gives us double for our trouble. And so I'm really holding on to that, looking forward to it, because I know that my childhood may not have been great, but I'm enjoying the ride now, and I know that it's going to be good. So I hope that's encouragement to all of you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll be talking to some of you very soon.